says. Enoch chapter 18, continuing on with verses 11 through 14. And I saw a deep chasm of the earth, with pillars of heavenly fire. And I saw among them fiery pillars of heaven which were falling, and as regards both height and depth, they were immeasurable. And beyond this chasm I saw a place, and it had neither the sky above it nor the foundation of the earth below it. There was no water on it, no birds, but it was a desert place. And a terrible thing I saw there, 7 stars like great burning mountains. And like a spirit questioning me, the angel said, this is the place of the end of heaven and earth. This is the prison for the stars of heaven and the host of heaven. All right. Now, interesting. I want to share something with you. Keep in mind, as he says right here, there was no water around it, there were no birds, it was a desert place. Don't forget the part about the fiery pillars. We're going to come back to that in just a little bit. And I saw a deep chasm of the earth. Well, oddly enough, in Science, on Science Alert, they came up with a new article not too long ago. This was back in 2016, December the 7th. A massive chasm in Antarctica's ice is threatening to cut off crucial research station. The Antarctic Research Station that originally discovered the ozone hole in Earth's atmosphere during the 1980s is now facing a different kind of environmental crisis that's much closer to home. And of course they go into the chasm that is underneath there. But isn't it interesting that this is where the ozone hole is? Remember, they couldn't measure up nor they couldn't measure down. Huge chasm that's up underneath here, right? And then, of course, the pillars of heavenly fire. Very interesting the way this is described. But don't forget, they also called it the coldest, it was called a desert place in the book of Enoch. Well, oddly enough, if you look on this particular site here, we'll zoom this in for you. It says on the 7summits.com, the snowfall in Antarctica is so minimal that the continent has been called the world's coldest desert. The interior receives less than 3 centimeters or 1 inch of precipitation a year, making it the driest continent on Earth. And of course, when you go in this far, there are no birds. There's no penguins, no seagulls, nothing going to go that far in because it's so cold. And so I begin to think, this must be where those angels were imprisoned. But it gets even more interesting than that. Look on down to verse 18 and 19 in the book of Enoch. And he was angry with them and bound them until the time of the consummation of their sin in the year of mystery. No man knows the day nor the hour. And Uriah said to me, the spirits of the angels who were promiscuous with women will stand here, and they, assuming many forms, made men unclean and will lead men astray, so that they sacrifice to demons as gods, and they will stand there until the great judgment day on which they will be judged, so that an end will be made of them. And their wives, having led astray the angels of heaven, will become peaceful. Now, I got to share with you a couple of things real quick on this issue here. All right, the year of mystery. That's because the Bible says, as we read it, no man knoweth the day nor the hour of his return. That's the year of mystery. Right? Also, the angels were promiscuous with the women. We know this. All right, they assuming many forms. One of the apocryphal writings that I was doing some research in one time said that the daughters of, that were born of Adam and Eve's descendants there, that they had saw that were beautiful and came and slept with them and had babies by them, did not want anything to do with them at the first. But it says in this one apocryphal writing, and I don't recall it, I would tell you if I knew, but I just can't recall which book this was, said that they transformed their appearance to look like their husbands. They assumed many forms. And they slept with them, tricked them, and had children by them. No wonder why the women become peaceful. They won't have to deal with it no more. Right? But then what's really important, it says here, and made men unclean and will lead men astray. So they're still active in the situation that is happening on the earth today, the geopolitical atmosphere that is happening in the world today, they are still involved in it because they will lead men astray and they will sacrifice to demons as gods.